Well, now we're going to tune up your finances. Let's welcome Julian Lepo, just one of the dynamic duo at Turning Tides Financial LLC, Orchard Park in Williamsville. We have a Q&A session come up right now. So put your hands together and let's give Julian a warm Car Connection welcome this morning. Good morning, Julian.
Good morning, Niall. How are you?
I think I'm okay. It's
Well,
Steve.
You should be better than okay with 16 cups of coffee.
Crank it up. Woo. Nothing is a challenge with 16 cups of coffee. Absolutely.
Well, thank you for having me this morning. I appreciate your time, Niall. I'm glad to be here.
You're welcome. Now, you get to do your own introduction, and I'm just going to be quiet.
Come on. You can do that with 16 cups of coffee?
I don't think so.
Well, I appreciate it. My name is Julia Lepo, and I am founder and co-owner of Turning Tides Financial, the firm that helps our clients live their life and plan their future. We focus on people going through financial transition, Niall, such as retirement, widowhood, divorce. All of those types of transitions are very important, and Turning Tides Financial takes a very personal approach to that type of financial planning. My business partner, Katie Weibel, and I are certified divorce financial analysts and financial advisors, and we decided a number of years ago that we wanted to make personal financial planning a priority. We both come from a corporate world of financial guidance, and we recognized that maybe it wasn't quite as personal of an approach as we wanted it to be. So we formed Turning Tides in order to help our clients through personal financial management, investment strategies, insurance solutions, estate planning, and we do a lot of small business planning as well. So we are a very holistic firm that takes very in-depth look at our clients' financial needs and makes a very personalized approach to their financial journey.
Wow. I don't think I could have done justice to that, Julianne. I don't think so.
Well,
that was an amazing introduction. Now, we're having just a chat this morning, aren't we? Q&A, questions and answers.
I think so. I'd love to hear what you've been hearing and answer any questions that you might have.
Well, you know, the biggest thing, I guess if I were to say, what's the top 10 financial questions that I hear from people? Are you ready for it?
I am.
Well, I don't need to get in touch with a financial planner because I don't have any money.
Yeah, you know, it's interesting, and I think Katie may have even touched on this on the last call. We do hear that. People hear the word estate, and they think that must mean hundreds and thousands or millions of dollars, and it really doesn't. If you own a house, you have an estate. If you have a checking account, you have an estate. Now, the question isn't whether you have an estate. The question is whether or not it has to flow through probate. And those are the types of questions that we help our clients understand. We help them understand how things are titled, whether they're jointly owned or if they have a beneficiary on them. All of those types of things that are very simple fixes can affect how your family is able to process through your personal financial situation once you've passed. And one of the things that we really focus on when we take a look at financial planning is the estate. As much as our primary objective, of course, is to take care of you in the here and now and make sure that you're living a quality life that's met by your financial needs to the best of our ability, we also want to take care of you in the retirement stage, but we also look at estate planning so that we can make it easier for your family so they can focus on the emotional loss they're experiencing. They can spend their time celebrating your life, not struggling and being confused with your financial life. So estate planning is a very important part of what we do, and I've been trying to find another word for it, to be frank, Niles, because people think of estate and they think it doesn't apply. It applies to everyone. It's really about making sure everything is in order. So when we do a review, we make sure that it's good for you and good for your family.
Right. So when someone says they don't have any money, they really need to to consider that everyone has an estate and there's money involved in an estate. Is that what you're telling us? Right.
Yes,
so
and it doesn't necessarily mean hundreds of thousands. It could mean I have a car and I have a house, or I've sold my house and I rent, but I maybe have a little hunting cabin.
Right.
I have 2 cars. Maybe I have a coin collection. You know, all of those types of things. You need to make sure that you have wills, healthcare proxy, power of attorneys. All of those types of things are put in place so that you can take care of your family's or your goals and wishes for your family, even if you've passed. So even if you don't have hundreds and thousands of dollars, you should still converse with someone about how to make sure your estate is structured in a way that makes it easy for your family in the event of your passing.
Next question. Are you ready for it?
All right. I'm ready.
Put your thinking cap on and lock and load it.
Okay.
For those who have already investments, they have some kind of financial planning going on, whether it's with a lending institution or other, what should they be looking at with regards to their investments? Would it be beneficial to have another set of eyes take a look at what they have going already, or just kind of leave well enough alone?
What a great question, Niall. And we get that a lot, actually, because we'll hear people say, you know what, I've been working with this financial advisor. She's a great person and doing a great job and really happy and no need, but thank you so much for your time. And I commend them because I thank them for having a financial advisor for themselves because it makes my heart rest a little easier knowing that someone is watching out for them. However, I then very easily and quickly and confidently follow up with, you should always have a second opinion because sometimes we get into a routine and things are status quo and things are just moving along. So we maybe don't look quite as closely as we would otherwise. A second opinion never hurts anything. If there's no cost and no obligation and you're not feeling pressured, which of course Turning Tides Financial is very much about our clients. It's not about the sale. It's not about the pressure. There is no pressure when you sit with us. We want to converse with you like our friends. So we say to you, let us take a second look. We'll make sure that there's no cracks in the foundation. We'll let you know what we see. You can take our information and use it as you choose. Our job is to educate and inform you. Your job is to decide what to do with that information. So yes, be confident and happy and proud of the person that you are working with as a financial advisor. But having a second opinion is like going to the doctor. If you got something wrong or if you knew that your doctor was maybe getting ready to retire, wouldn't you interview other physicians for a second opinion? Maybe you'd interview other physicians to see if your current doctor ever retired or left the practice or you moved, that you would have other options. That's what a financial advisor review does for you. It gives you an opportunity to hear another person's opinion on what they're seeing. And we've had plenty of opportunity, Niall, where we say, this person has done a great job, and I'm so glad you're with them because I could see that they're taking care of you. They're making their quarterly calls to you and their semi-annual reviews with you. You are sitting down and having a full financial planning review once a year. They're taking into consideration your personal financial management, not just your investments. I see that they're making sure that your overall financial health is good, even if it's with things that they don't personally do, like your homeowners and your car insurance. I'm glad to see that they're helping you review all of those things that can help you with your financial future. So you're doing a great job and all is well here. Or we will say, you know what, it looks like you haven't reviewed this in a while. Maybe you should consider that. You know, maybe you need to be a little more, I would consider the potential of needing to be a little more diverse in your holdings because the interest rates are going up and you have a lot of bonds. So those are the types of things that we really take a look at and share our opinion on and allow our clients to be the ones in the driver's seat.
Okay, next question.
Okay.
Are you ready?
I feel like I need a buzzer. I need to get a buzzer, Niall.
Okay.
So,
I don't have a buzzer, but I do have a bell.
okay. See?
Okay,
there
muffins
it
are
is.
ready.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. We're ready.
Next question. Someone, or perhaps many that are tuned in this morning, may be overwhelmed by debt, and money's coming in is not always enough to cover the money's going out. How do you work with someone that is in that position? And is it hopeless? Is there no sense in coming in and seeing both you and you and Katie to sit down because things are upside down and seem to be out of control? How do you manage that?
And Niall, that is a very sensitive topic, and it is a very important one, because sometimes people bury our heads in the sand because we're embarrassed, or we feel like it's hopeless, or I just don't want to share this information with anyone. I don't want to have to look at it any closer than I already do. There's nothing that can be done here. And I don't necessarily believe that to be true. There's a lot of reasons those things happen. Unexpected job loss, unexpected loss of a spouse or a primary breadwinner in the house, divorce happens. So there's a lot of reasons that are out of our control. And maybe it is in your control, and you just have made some decisions that are questionable for your financial future. So we do a thing that I know Katie had a session with you on called Money Types. And so first and foremost, we ask you questions about your thoughts around money, your feelings around money, your behaviors around money. And maybe it's as simple as I've lost my job and I haven't been able to secure a new one. So there's a lot of kind of care and questions that are taken in the first conversation in our discovery call that kind of helps us understand where you are and why you are where you are. Then we start the tough work, and that's creating a spending plan. You and I have talked about this, Niles.
Yes,
people don't like the word budget.
No,
right?
they
don't like the word budget, but maybe they'll respond a little differently if we call it a spending plan.
Spending plan.
That's what we're going to do. We're going to go through some personal financial management, see if there's anywhere that we can restructure your debt. Now, make no mistake, Niall, we are not debt consolidation counselors. That is not who we are. There are organizations out there that are quality organizations that help you do that. We're not that. We are financial advisors that focus on personal financial management because we firmly believe that we can't, in good faith, invest your money if your financial house isn't in order. You can't invest $100 a month if your bills are $200 a month behind.
Right.
So we want to make sure your foundation is good, that your positions with your personal financial management are in line. So we do help you create a more streamlined budget. We do help you maybe look at ways to consolidate debt, or look at ways to find better interest rates, or look at when the last time you had your house refinanced. Does that make sense? Does it not make sense? Does a reverse mortgage make sense? Does it not make sense? There's a lot of different avenues out there that if we don't, sometimes, Niles, we don't know what we don't know.
That's right.
And so Katie and I work very hard to make sure. And sometimes that's more than one meeting. Sometimes that's, okay, let's sit down and talk about your goals and objectives and where you are. And now give us a few days to figure this out, to ponder this, to look into some things. To, I don't want my clients sitting in front of me watching me read. There's nothing exciting about that, Niall.
Nothing. Boring. Boring.
That's right. But if they give me a week or so, a couple of days sometimes, I can come back and say, okay, I put my minds, Katie and I put our two brains are better than one minds together, and we came up with a strategy and a plan.
Nice.
They get a team when they work with Katie and I at Turning Tides Financial, and that's what's really very important for all of our clients to know, because sometimes things come up, Niall, in life. I recently, sadly, one of my aunts passed away. She was 90 years old, so God bless her. She lived a very full and wonderful life, but it kind of influxed into my schedule very unexpectedly, and it was very important to me to be with my family during this difficult time. But typically, Katie then would be the person that could step in and take care of things. So our clients we're always trying to make sure that when we meet with our clients that they know they have an opportunity, whether it's with me or with Katie, it's all one and the same. We work very closely together to make sure that our clients are always taken care of. And when it comes to personal financial management, that's even more important than ever, Niall, because it's a difficult conversation, embarrassing conversation sometimes. People don't want to talk about where they feel weakness. But if they feel like they have a team, they suddenly don't feel as weak as they did before they started. They might feel a little bit stronger and a little bit more empowered. And that's what Turning Tides is all about, is making you feel financially empowered no matter where you are in your financial picture.
That was awesome. I loved it.
Thank you.
I got everything written down in shorthand.
Because that's oh dear. Are you sure you remember those notes? Well, the good news is that I should have started earlier with asking everyone to get a piece of paper and their crayons out for us. But the good news is, Niall, as you know, we have our recordings up on our website at turningtidesfinancial.com. So if anyone missed anything or they want to go back, they can actually even hear some of our archived shows, because you and Steve are so good at getting these recordings back to us. So everyone can take a look at not only our mission in what we do and how we do it and why we do it. They can take a look at who we are as individuals and as a firm, but you can also take a look at our press information where we've been put in print, and, of course, our radios with you shows. So Turning Tides Financial is our turningtidesfinancial.com is our website. And, Niall, if I can be so forward as to say, I am offering this week 2 90-minute sessions for clients to use however they'd like to, whether it's discussing personal financial management, whether it's talking about their retirement plan, whether it's they're contemplating divorce or they're in the process, or maybe they've even finalized their divorce and now they're looking to create a new financial roadmap. And then, of course, widowhood, right? Because sometimes people are can be caught into a circumstance where it's like the shoebox widow, and that means that all their papers were put into a shoebox and they just don't know where to begin. And that's where we come in. We work very, very closely with widowhood planning so that you can not only make sense of where you were, but I hope you understand that your emotions are very important, but so is your money, and we're going to help you make it a little bit easier. So all of those things we certainly can help with. And if they call into your show, they're going to get, we have 2 of those 90-minute sessions, and they can reach out to us. If they don't get those 90-minute sessions, they can still reach out to us, and we can have a discovery call and see how we can help. Our phone number is 716-800-4290.
Awesome. Now I'll get to work, and I'll get these 2 90-minute gift certificates filled. Because what we know is that 1 out of 10 that are listening may or may not have a financial plan. It's not good. It's very small,
not good,
folks.
It's
not
small,
good. We need to raise that number. We need to raise that number. We certainly do.
And you know what? At Turning Tides Financial, we help our clients live their life and plan their future, and that is where a financial plan, everything starts somewhere, Niall, and that's where a financial plan is going to get our clients to the next stage of their life. We want to make sure everybody makes their retirement feel like a vacation.
Awesome. Julian, thanks so much for sharing with us. That was an amazing Q&A session, and Turning Tides is back with us next Saturday for another segment, so stay tuned, because these ladies, you need to connect with them. For our U.S. listeners, they can change your life and plan your future. Thanks, Julian.
Thanks, Niall. Take care.
God bless you. We'll see you soon. All right, 2 gift certificates put on the table. From Julian Lipo from Turning Tides Financial, just one of the dynamic duo of Katie and Julian at their Williamsville and Orchard Park office. Call now and keep Steve-O busy.